replacing some pretty experienced guys who played a lot for you. I mean, how do you feel about the guys who are stepping in there, and what expectations you put on when you know you're replacing that much experience?
Well, there's obviously a standard set, and how lucky are we to have that standard that those old guys, I guess, not by age, but those guys set the last 2 years in Galamos and Bradley and Grigsby and Caprera. Those guys set a heck of a standard to live up to. So we're lucky to have that standard, and then these guys got to live up to it. These guys were here with those guys, and they understand what those guys set and where they've left it. I think that these guys they got to play their game at the same point. They got to understand what the standard is, but be who they are. We're more athletic, I would say, and that's not a cut to anybody else or a dig on those other guys. I think we're more athletic as a group, and those guys have to play to their strengths. So there's a lot to replace, as there always be with the older guys, but we've also still got a lot on the shelf, and I'm looking forward to it.
How excited are you going to be to have Salim for a whole season?
Well, to be good. I think right now, what we're doing is cross-training a lot of these guys because they're so athletic. They can play multiple positions, and how critical is that in this day and age, especially in the ACC when it's like hockey. It's like a line change. I mean, you got guys coming so fast, offense is coming so fast. We've got to have guys that can play multiple positions and be cross-trained. And I'm happy, Salim specifically, to have him learn all three positions. So we can put him where he's most deadly and where he makes the most plays. So I couldn't be more happy to have him.
How do you like him in the middle? How's he doing in the middle?
Really well. Really well. He gives you, you think of a middle linebacker, you think of a guy being able to run sideline to sideline out of the middle of the field, and he gives you that. And you go back and you think about the Clemson pick, and none of us knew he was that fast, I don't think, as he's down the sideline and just gets caught by a tip of a finger. But he gives you a lot of range in there. And right now he's getting the nuts and bolts of how to run the defense. He's active and he's emotional. What more do you want out of a middle linebacker than an emotional, intense guy? And that's what he brings. So he's learning it right now, which is awesome. We got all of our guys learning all three positions, and he's gonna be a heck of a player for us, I think.
The speed of this group, is that a perfect fit for the scheme and what you guys want to kind of do when it comes to the linebackers and their assignments?
Well, I think obviously everybody wants speed, but I think so. I think you got to think about your opponent. I think you think of the ACC, and it is, and I don't want to say it's way out there spread. Teams want to run the ball, we know that, but the game is on the edge. Teams are throwing the ball 55, 60 times on us, and we've got to be able to stop the run, and we've also got to be able to get out there and make plays in space. So to your point, speed is very valuable to us, and these guys, I think, as a whole group in the entire room, give us that asset. So it's good.
What kind of player are you getting in Chase Pine, and just how excited are you going to be able to use him this year?
Well, you talk about athleticism. I mean, the guy's almost 250, and he can run. He's a big athlete that can move. You start thinking about him and trying to pick him up in the blitz game and pick him up when he's taking a gap. I mean, trying to block him, it is a bear. And right now he's just a young player, so you're getting a lot of athleticism, a lot of size, and you're getting some youthful mistakes, and he's running around and chasing the wrong things. And if we can get him locked in and zeroed in, I mean, they're gonna have their hands full trying to block a 248-pound athlete.
What's his primary position right now?
He's in the middle right now. But again, last fall camp he was on the edge, playing money. So I like being able to cross-train guys. Right now they're kind of locked into what they're doing, but they're always in the same room. It's not like we split up the backer, so everybody's listening to every coaching point of every position.
We hear a lot of good guys, Brightwell, Pine, all the regular. Is there an under-the-radar guy that maybe you and the coaches know about that you're excited maybe didn't use last year that might have a chance to surprise some people out there? Maybe not you, but people.
Yeah, well, I think Elijah Zeiss. He's one of those guys that came over from wideout, has put on a bunch of weight. He's up in the 230s now, and got hurt our first game last year, and was our starter, and earned the starting job coming from wide receiver, and was out for the season, and kind of just a forgotten guy. So I put a lot of, I don't know about pressure, but just put a lot on his shoulders and said, listen, you earned it last year. Now you got to come back and earn it all over again. So he's playing well. He's put some size on, so he's a true linebacker right now, and I think he's a guy that could flash for us if given the chance.
Last year, the run defense was a strength. The pass defense struggled. Just what can your guys do to sort of help the cause through the air and get the whole defense back on track as a result, I guess?
Well, I think it's a good question. I think it's in the blitz game, obviously, or whatever we're doing, we can get home. So many times, I mean, everyone's going to point their finger at the DBs. We have 7 other guys pass rushing. So what's taking so long? You know, I mean, that's what hurts you, and you don't listen to all the critics and all that stuff. But we got 7 other guys that need to go get after the quarterback and not give him 8 seconds to suck on the ball and stand there and just pat the ball back there and let it loose. So our guys we got to be faster in what we're doing. We got to get our hands on wide receivers, and if given the opportunity to go after the quarterback, we got to go take him down.
So in that sense, you think your guys kind of have that same chip on their shoulders that some of the DBs do?
Oh yeah,
last year.
And the groups, they're going to say, oh, it's the pass game, so it's ours and all that. But we've stressed it, and I think all the positions, even the D line and the linebackers, have said to those guys, we're in this too. We're in this too. So, our guys want to be good as a defense. We're not going to go and stamp us and say, well, we're really good against the run. We want to be good against everything.